You looked very frustrated in the touchline throughout the match. What was it about the performance that frustrated you the most?
No, yeah, with this result, the only thing you can, the frustration is about about everything in these kind of games. For sure, also, we feel really sorry also for the people, the fans that they come here. In the moment that we are in the position that we are, 14 games to go now, 14 games to go. Probably we need to do much better than what we have done tonight.
Let's try to break it down a little. Then first offensively, because you spoke a lot about finding solutions and you tried some tweaks, but you had no shots on target for the first time under you. So what went so wrong up front?
No, yeah, I think in terms of control the game or keep the ball, the possession, I think we did that. But I said before the game, when you don't have a real nine, a threat in behind, that can be always a threat, you need to find different solution. I think we arrived quite well at the edge of the box, and then from there we struggle in the last third. And yeah, but it's about not only about create chances. I think in general, hopefully can be a turning point, from tonight.
You mentioned turning point. Do you feel more distant to finding the solutions after tonight?
No, I think, as I said, when we play a game like tonight, there are many things that we have to do better. And we are still on time. We have still 13 games to go, many games to go. And fortunately, we are still in a good position. As I said, we need to try to do our best and finish in the best way.
Defensively, Brighton managed to control well the midfield and as well score, of course, 3 wonderful goals. Of course, there's the quality of the players and the goals, but defensively, what was the main issue in defending those moments?
No, yeah, we are in a moment where the feeling is that we can concede easily and we struggle to score. But for different for different reason, because of the injury for sure. But yeah, I think before their first goal, that more or less is half an hour. It's from long ball from the keeper to Mitoma, fantastic goal. For sure we can do better. And before then the goal, I don't think they had some chance. But yeah, there are many things that we need to do better.
Yeah, different goals. But do you feel like mentally the team hasn't been responding? Because we saw some apathy, especially in the second half.
It's not only mentally. When you play this kind of game, in the moment that we are, in the situation that we are, fourth on the league, winning tonight, you can go 1 point from the third. You can make the gap bigger with the ones in behind, and you perform in the way we perform tonight. There are many things that we have to do better.
Yeah, you've been mentioning this, and after a performance like tonight's, the fans, many fans, wouldn't see much perspective. So how do you start to turn this around? Because you've been trying, but you haven't been getting the results.
Yeah, no, I think we are the last game we play in the Premier League. We won. I think, as I said at the beginning, sorry for the fans. It's not the right, as I can say, the right performance that we can offer, especially in this moment of the season. But now is the moment that we need to stick together, go ahead, and try to finish in the best way.
And with 2 wins in the past 9 Premier League games, do you feel pressured?
I feel pressure always, not only now, but. We are, for sure, tonight performance probably is we could say the worst performance since I arrived. So it's not the best moment, but we are, in any case, we are still fourth and we are still on the race to finish well.
Thank you, Enzo.
Thank you.
From the fans, they produce that amazing atmosphere, and when it comes on the pitch, we just want to make it like a really good game, really good rivalry, fierce, and we want to fight right to the end with them.
Danny, really good win, really good performance, an assist from the captain as well. Are you shivering? Are you all right?
I am
freezing. It's
I know it's freezing.
Do you know what? I should have got a coat when I come out.
because you should be. Yeah,
No,
you shouldn't be
right.
doing that, particularly after you played in that game. But we need to start by talking about that goal, the touch for the goal from Matoma. Just talk us through what you thought of it.
Yeah, do you know what? For me, I seen it was it was slow motion for me because I seen it going over the top, and obviously Bart's played a long ball, and we've seen countless number of times that Cruz has got an amazing first touch, and sometimes he evades plays with it, and sometimes he keeps it close to him, but he's got a tremendous ability to bring it down and just kill the ball instantly. He's took a touch inside, and it's an incredible goal, impeccable first touch.
It's a touch that's been compared to Zola, Messi,
Bergkamp.
Is there
Not Danny Welbeck.
I've done a couple like that, but I've not got a goal like this. Yeah, it's seeing it back there. It's incredible. What a goal!
We were watching you on the commentary. We were getting the different angles, and I think there's a shot of you actually. You're saying, "Wow!" Remember that on the pitch?
Yeah. I was saying it. It was just it was a wow moment. It was one of them moments in the game where I'm like, "Wow, it was a great first touch." Incredible. Seeing it from behind and just always bringing it down and
Dan, if we believe what newspapers tell us, there was a bid for this man in obviously January that was turned down. You've played with some great players. Where would you place him in terms of the players that you played with, and where can he get to?
He's got the potential, to play for the top teams. He's obviously, as you've seen today, the ability that he can produce on the football pitch. It's amazing. I think for him, the consistency, to do that week in, week out, to produce these moments, and there's always a lot that he can improve on. But he knows that he works so hard, always willing to improve, and that's the amazing thing about him. With the ability he's got, he still wants to get better and better and better.
Talk to me about your partnership with Ruta, because there's a couple of bits of link play tonight, which you very rarely see from two central forward players in the Premier League, because we always used to see one play up front, one play deeper. We don't tend to see players combining. Just talk to us about that. I mean, do you prefer that when you've got someone close to you like that?
Yeah, I enjoy it. To have somebody to play off, and I think we've done a lot of work on that in recent weeks, and how we can combine together, have the connections, and I think it's been missing in weeks leading up to the last couple of weeks, and we worked on it in training. Bobby Zamora comes in and we do a lot of link-up play, and the manager wants us to build them connections and always have them sort of combinations, and it's worked tonight. It's something that we're going to keep on working on and keep on improving.
Danny, couple of assists for you as well. First time you've had 2 assists in a Premier League game for I think 8 years. So it's been a productive read.
Yeah,
it's been a productive. That was meant in a nice way. I can hear it back now, and I can hear how that sounds. But it was meant in a good way, and it's working so well, as Gary said, with all the forward players and how well you work as a unit.
Yeah, it was nice to get the 2 assists, and obviously Minte got the 2 goals today. I'm looking for the refund next week, so if you can refund it, I'll be happy with that. But honestly, to get the 3 points today was the most important thing. We worked together. We've shown together as a team we're stronger. We're not, when we play as individuals, we're not as good, not as strong. And when we play together, amazing performance.
I can't watch you shiver anymore.
Oh,
please go in.
I need to get inside.
And find somewhere. We've tried to get you a coat, but it's not on its way yet. So we'll get in trouble if we keep you out here with all your muscles seizing up.
I'm going to be ill tomorrow. It's your fault.
Yeah. No, it's them. They won't shut up. That's what it is.
Honest to God, I come down here. I didn't think it was this cold down the south.
Yeah. You know what?
We're from up north.
From up north as well.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's bad.
I mean, you're keeping him out here even longer to talk about the weather.
I'm inside.
Listen, Danny, you go inside. Thanks so much. Congratulations on a really.
Yeah, but honestly,
got a heated gilet.
Danny would not have been able to do that probably 10, 15 years ago, where that ball, where he just slides it through in between Cucurella, and obviously Minter's onto it. So he's now got massive composure, real composure in the game, which is, I think, the most difficult thing sometimes. Obviously, I think goalkeeping's tough, but when you're in the final third, you've got defenders around you. It's when you pick that pass out, when you've got time and space, and he did it really well tonight. And he's changed and adapted so much over the years. He's a joy.
The thing I think about, and we both went through this, is that I think when you come through it at one of the biggest clubs in the world, Man United, when you're a young player, you're still learning. You're not the finished product, and you're almost learning on the job in terms of all the eyes of the world are on you, and sometimes I think you need to come away from that. And almost, I'm not just saying, anywhere from Man United is a step down. The scrutiny, the intensity of it, and you come away and he almost comes here, he's almost like the elder statesman. He's the guy they all look up to. He would never have had that at Manchester United, and sometimes that just suits, different players, different characters. But as I said, he's been a revelation these last few years for Brighton, hasn't he?
He was let go too quickly at United. Because if you think about Louis van Gaal, obviously his style of play is very precise. Now Danny wasn't precise in his game back then, so he just let him go. Just didn't fancy him at all. But he's actually perfect for how Manchester United should play. Threatening space in behind, playing off front players. And this idea that he's not good enough for Manchester United is absolutely rubbish. Point in the season, Divock Origi did it at Liverpool. I see Nicholas Jackson last year being talked about at Chelsea as not being good enough. He is good enough to play at Chelsea. Maybe if he had another striker up front to take the weight off his shoulders, he would be one of two very good strikers at the club. So sometimes we sort of like tag these players with, oh, he's not good enough. No, he is. To be part of a 20-man squad at a top club, he can still play at the very top level. He's destroying defences. I mean, he's torn Colwill and Chalobah to shreds tonight, that front four, and he was part of it, a big part of it.
Yeah, and he said he doesn't feel 34, and he's still developing, as you say, as a player, even though he is probably one of the elder statesmen. Let's take a look at the third goal, because again it highlights what you've both been saying, which is about how they all have this understanding between them.
Well, it just sums Chelsea up. I mean, Colwill on the floor, they're looking for a foul. That's not a foul. You look at Sancho
in that channel, and also there on that one was a really bad one for him, that he obviously gives the ball away, but then he sits on the floor, turns round and looks, and basically spends probably like 2 or 3 seconds on the floor, just get up and sprint back, you know what I mean? So that's a bad habit. So I would say that, look, he's still young, he's got a lot of learning to, as of those other Chelsea young players that are playing in these types of positions, but they've got to get stronger in their bodies, they've got to get really physical and aggressive, and that's tough when you're a young centre-half that maybe hasn't developed as fully as he should do yet. But he's learning on the job, and it's hard work for him at the moment.
You'd probably say now, you look at a sports science guy who'd say, well, come on, you need to get into the gym. But, an old-fashioned way of saying is he needs a good pan of scouts down him. He looks like he needs to, sort of, get a good meal down him and sort of fill out. Because when you think of the power, you talk about Danny Welbeck and the strikers who they've got up front. I mean, the physicality in the Premier League now, if you're a centre-back and you can't cope, and actually, if you go back to the game at Anfield, when Chelsea were on a really good run and outplayed Liverpool for a lot of that game at Anfield. Direct play over the top, and because Liverpool couldn't play through them, Chelsea had a lot of the ball, and that again was a problem for them. And when you look at that back four, it's nowhere near strong enough, good enough, physical enough. It's a million miles away.
Bowen was able to hold the ball up for West Ham a few weeks ago. Yeah. It's not just big players, it's players that, to be fair, just got a little bit of physicality about them and lean into you. They're just not coping with that well at all.
You said it earlier, it's going to be a tough post-match for Enzo Maresca as he faces the media. We will hear.
What impressed you the most about the performance? Great goals, clean sheet, the control?
Yeah, I think you summed it up pretty well there. Of course, I felt a lot of control in the game. 3 goals, clean sheet. What more can you ask for?
An assist. You can ask for an assist. You got an assist tonight. Yes. Can you talk us through that? Do you practice these link-ups with Mitoma in training? And did you get a chance to see the finish? Because you were all on the other side, and it was quite a touch that he got.
Yes, of course. We speak about it. We train it on the training pitch as well. It was. I saw the space in behind. He was ready to run, and he had an unbelievable touch and then a very good finish. So I have to thank Mitoma a little bit for that assist.
And this guy here next to you, 2 goals. Minte, what worked so well for you tonight?
I think the compactness with the team. They always try to communicate with me, push me. Every time when the first half is finished, the whole team come to me. Hey, keep going. It's not enough. So I always try to listen to them because he is behind me. He helps me a lot also, with the communication, like left, right. So it's good.
And you come to England, you come to Newcastle, and then you immediately go to Feyenoord on, and now you're back. You're playing in the Premier League. What is coming together so well here at Brighton for you?
I think everybody is trying to hold me like their own brother. That's what helped me a lot because I was in Newcastle, I didn't play any game. They loaned me to Feyenoord, so I went to Feyenoord, playing 1 year there, come back to the Premier League. Now I'm in Brighton, so everything is going well. Yeah.
And the clean sheet defensively today, Bart, you guys really stopped Chelsea, even though they tried to bring pace on both sides of the pitch. What was really key in the defensive performance?
I think, like Yanni said, the compactness was very good. Of course, we had some spells where we had to sit deep for 5 or 10 minutes, but I think the boys did really, really well. I don't think there was a lot of shots on target that we conceded. So, yeah, big credit to the boys for the compactness and the energy they put in that.
And 2 wins in a row against Chelsea, that's not easy. Do you feel like you really turned a corner after that Forest performance that was really tough for you guys?
Yeah, of course we needed to show a reaction, and I think the boys did that against Chelsea already and now again today. So yeah, again, big credit to the boys, and now we have to keep going, raise the bar again and go again.
Yeah. Dreaming of Europe?
Yeah, sure. Dreaming. And it will come one day. Yeah.
Well done, boys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
He needs other people, because we showed at the start, again at the top of the show, he creates those chances, people aren't taking them, but the calibre of players in that squad and the money they've spent, it shouldn't rely just on Cole. And if he's not like having a great game, that should mean the whole game plan doesn't go out the window. That's not good enough.
What should they have done differently?
I was disappointed in the wide play. I was disappointed again that, when they turned to a back five, how is Enzo changing the game? It was exactly the same in the FA Cup. I thought they would have learnt their lessons. It's a deep block, crosses into the box, maybe put another centre forward up as well. Not as in, it's difficult because Jackson's not involved because of his injury, but maybe move, I don't know, try something a little bit different. But I didn't see it. I see the same things that happened from the FA Cup game into tonight's game, and you get the same outcome.
Yeah, well, Chelsea couldn't find a way. You wanted to add?
Yeah, well, Karen said the same things. There was a free kick that you highlighted as well, that they did the same They tried the same free kick again that they scored from in the FA Cup. So that just highlights exactly what she was saying. But it was weird to see Chelsea, a team that, as we saw, had so much more possession than Brighton. They didn't really create too much, or in watching the game, they didn't even look dangerous. I know sometimes you have shots and they go wide, but there wasn't really us in the green room like, oh, that was close. There was none of that really, so it was quite strange.
OK, so I was going to say that while Chelsea didn't have a single shot on target, Brighton scored 3 incredible goals, the first of which definitely stands out. And as Natalie Jedra in the interview rightly mentioned, an assist for Verbruggen as well.
It's a great pass, but I think the touch just makes that pass even better. He's not only watching and looking for the ball coming over his shoulder, he's also concentrating on where the defender is to know where to bring that ball back. And you can see from the way he takes that touch and then the second touch straight after, it was all calculated, and that's exactly what he wanted to do. And it was, for me, it's the best touch for me this year that I've seen, and will most probably be the touch of the season.
Yeah, can you remind us again what makes it so difficult?
I mean, all of it. The balance, the agility, the quickness of the speed, the tight touches, the shots outside the box. And like I said, I have raved about Matoma for so long now, because he's so graceful. He's so graceful, and he makes everything look easy. And look, I know we've criticised, Chelsea's in attack, but equally in defence they've made poor decisions. Brighton have got one extra player in that attack there. Gusto's got to tuck in a little bit. If you're a player down, leave the furthest player, and he's not the problem. Go to the player that is, and that was going to be Matoma. And then he was left in that 1v1. So as much as Chelsea have criticised him in attack, Enzo's going to be thinking, we've still conceded 3 goals. If we are not good in attack, we have to have a clean sheet. So today it's been poor. It's not a long distance journey for Enzo home, but it'll be a long journey because he'll be racking his brain after that.
Yeah, absolutely. And while the first touch was amazing, and Chalobah went with him, as you mentioned, the defenders around him, the second touch really leaves Chalobah nowhere.
It happened. It came so quickly. His foot only touches the floor once.